Hello everybody, and welcome back for another World of Tanks video. In today's extra video where we're going to take a look at the second replay I've got in my Crusader. Now this gameplay is once again on Malinovka, and the matchmaking is slightly more kind to us this time. This time we've got a tier 5 match instead of the tier 6 match you saw earlier. Now if I remember, I'm going to try and put up an annotation on the screen somewhere. See how that works, and you can check out that video if you want. But at first in Malinovka and this kind of a matchup, I would very much like to use my tank as a scout. I've got it set up in a fashion that I can use it as a scout. It's got improved ventilation, a camo net, and coated optics, I think. Now the reason I've got a camo net and not something else is because I can use the camo net on other tanks as well, and I just haven't had the silver yet to just buy another equipment piece. And I haven't really decided what that equipment piece should be anyway. But I do like the choice of coated optics here. Now here I see the M5 Stewart, and unfortunately my shot flies low. Second shot however hits and kills him. So that's our first kill secured. Very much a kill secured in this case, because yeah, it's not really really that I did a lot of damage there. But hey, he's dead, and there's one risk less on our allies' flank. Fortunately the T-28 just shoots out of our range before we can take a shot at him. And now I see this small little Czechoslovakian tank. I wait until my ally starts shooting before I fire myself. Also to aim a little bit more. Unfortunately it wasn't quite enough, and the little light tank manages to get away. Which is unfortunate because yeah, it would have been nice to secure the kill on that tank. Would have liked to shoot at that Japanese heavy tank as well. Do take out this little light tank here. Second kill secure, I suppose. But I do think I was the one spotting him as well, so I suppose there is that. Now I noticed the KV-1S advancing on my flank, so in theory I should be advancing as well, but I do also notice this OI experimental and T-28. From this position I can provide flanking fire for our team, providing they fight a bit carefully here. Now I'm estimating that this OI experimental moved forwards, and hopefully a few of these shots hit. Suppose we'll find out later. T-28 makes his way forwards, and I managed to shoot him. It was also a last hit, which is kind of unfortunate really, because I would have liked to do a little bit more damage against this tank. Unfortunately not quite. And now we can see this OI experimental has got a fair bit of damage already, so it's quite likely that I was able to hit a few of these blind shots I took. And that's another kill secured. Quite a lot of kill securing going around. To be honest, this OI I did a lot of the damage myself. Now that KV-1, or KV-1S, I didn't quite see what it was. KV-1, okay. Got lucky that I didn't penetrate him there. Now I noticed this Su-85 making his way across the map. To be honest, he's already dead. The second he decided to move this way, he was dead. But yeah, I was able to put some damage into him, which will help later for the experience. And the KV-1 gets taken out also. Now I see this little light tank there. Again able to put the last hit in. And now I'm just for a moment still wondering why I'm still in this position. It's worked very well for me, but now our allies have moved up a bit too fast, so I need to move up as well. To support the team, I still have full health, I should use it. And this Panzer 4D is getting a thrashing from T-34. Has a very nice rate of fire, the T-34, so it makes sense that yeah, this would be a difficult engagement for him. Luckily he's turning away, and I've got his sight now, and I'm able to finish him off, and that's my top gun. So things are going rather well, I would say. Now I'm going to make my way towards their gap, and I'm going to get myself into a bush where I can spot the enemy tanks for my team. I don't necessarily have to take them out myself, as long as I spot them. If I spot them, yeah, our allies can take them out and I don't take any damage. At least so much is my idea. Unfortunately, one of the KV-1S has made his way quite a bit forwards and is now threatening our base. There is someone still defending, but there's not a lot left to defend here. And this Type 95 I take out for the most part. And then my allies finish him off completely. So I suppose somebody else got the kill secured on that one. Can't really blame anybody for it. Now I did once again spot that tank for the team. What is it? The BT-7 artillery, which is not an artillery piece, but oh well. Anyway, there's still 3 enemy tanks left, a Stuart and 2 heavy tanks. The 2 heavy tanks have been spotted at our base, and the Stuart has not yet been spotted this entire match, so I'm going to see if he's around here somewhere. And now I spot him on the other flank. So now I make my way back and I see that I can take shots at this KV-1S here. Now I take the first shot, not necessarily because I think it's going to hit, but because it might hit anyway, so why not take the shot? Now the KV-1S is no longer spotted and there's somebody in the cap circle, so I'm going to have to try and make my way towards the cap circle as fast as I can. Here I take the similar shot here. But perhaps I should have aimed it a little bit more than I did here. Well, that bounced unfortunately, but that did penetrate and kill him. So that's 7 kills for me. I'm going to make my way forwards. Now the OI experimental on my team seems to think that our only option is to cap, but I disagree. I'm in a fast light tank and I can make my way back way before anybody is going to be a problem for me. Now the only problem that might happen is this M3 Stuart, because its view range is rather nice, and with its nice view range it's likely that he might see me, and that would be a problem for me. Now this KV-1S on the other hand is blind as a bat, so that's not really a problem. Through this window I take my first shot at the KV-1S. I don't stick around and try to penetrate him again. The reason I don't do that is because I know the reset has happened already. Now I reset the Stuart and we are safe. So things are going well, I'd say, and I'm able to finish off the Stuart with relative ease. I do use a few APCR rounds on the KV-1S here because, well, there's really no hope in hell of me penetrating him from a safe range otherwise. So, and now I've run out of AP, so it's basically no choice anymore. And there goes the KV-1S and I end up with 9 kills. Now my allies do still take 2 shots at me. No idea why, maybe it was a bit of banter, so to say. A little bit of congratulations, but yeah. It was a very nice match, and that damage at the end was actually the only damage I took the entire match. So the only damage I received was from my allies. But let's take a look at the post-game stats, shall we? As you can see, this was my ace tanker match again in my Crusader. I also got, of course, a Radley Walters for 9 kills. Got a patrol duty medal for the scouting I did for the team, which, as you can see, was still quite extensive, even though I managed to kill a lot of tanks as well. Got the defender medal for the defense I put up against the KV-1S and the little M3 Stuart. And I also got a high caliber for doing just under 2000 damage. 2 more points of damage and I would have gotten 2k damage precisely, but as it is, I'm not unhappy about this result. In the detailed report we can see I did 2000 damage myself, but also spotted 855 damage. Now, even though I fired a fair bit of APCR at the end there, I still managed to make a profit of nearly 10,000, which is not too bad at a tier 5 tank in any situation, but considering I fired quite a hefty amount of APCR at the end of the match there to secure the reset, I was still able to get a nice bit of silver out of this. All in all, I was quite happy with this replay. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please leave a like and I'll see you for the next one.